Alright, let's talk about Shaqfu. Shaqfu 2, A Legend Reborn. So this has been completely stupid since the day it was even started. Um, so let's talk about it a little bit. Now I haven't been following this too hardcore, but I mean let's start with the obvious. Shaq is a multi-millionaire. He could fund this in his sleep. He could literally hire a servant, tell that servant to fund this bitch while he sleeps, and when Shaq wakes up, guess what? This thing has been funded. He didn't need. This rich motherfucker did not need to take you broke motherfucker's money. But are you broke, though? Are you broke? I mean, there are some legit people that are donating to this, but then there are some not so legit people. So I'm gonna point out a few people. So why would you want your donations private in the first place? I don't know. But you notice this? You notice this name? Quarkachek? Keep just keep an eye out for names that have Quark. Quark Press? These are some interesting names. These aren't names that you would, of a person. These are Quark. So what's Quark? Well, I've been having at it on Twitter with a Quark bitch for a little bit now. You know who Quark are? They are a heavily invested into Shaqfu company that are like Bitcoin. Except their shit is called Quark. So they have a partnership. And here is the proof. Quark have a partnership. They are a digital currency. They have a partnership with Shaqfu. Let's read this. Quark announces a partnership with the innovative development team behind Shaqfu. Quark to be offered as a means of in-game payment. What does that mean? Does that mean DLCs? Or does that mean microtransactions? Because I get the vibe that it means microtransactions. So as you can see, it is within Quark's best interests that this campaign doesn't fail. It is within their best interests that Shaq Fu gets funded all the way. So, whenever you see the name Quark, fucking turn and run immediately. So this bitch has been having at it with me and Event TV, aka him TV. Oh my goodness. And he's been having at it like a bitch to us both, right? Because we were talking about it, I was digging, I was telling Event, and this bitch decided to contact us. And if you use hashtags of things you support in your tweets against me in a discussion, you look like you are a paid shill. And you know what? You are fucking terrible at it. Stick to your digital currencies, not PR. It's not your strong point. Trust me on this. It's not your strong point. You are fucking terrible with PR. So, we have a bunch of Quark. So, you'd think, well, Quark, surely they wouldn't, donate to the campaign. Well, obviously they fucking are. Now, they're putting in little. I bet a lot of these accounts are by Quark. I'm betting a lot of these accounts are by Quark, and they're just donating little bits. But here we have by Quark, private. That can only mean one thing. That was a shitload of money. Why would you want your donation private in the first place? And it gets worse. The Jones family? Private? Like, what the fuck? So, but it gets worse. It gets way worse. Some anonymous guy who doesn't even have an account. He has donated 10,000. Not to mention, he's not the first. There have been a few others that have donated big money too. Now, why would you go 10,000? The only prizes are for 6.5k and 15. You're anonymous, so it's obviously not stacking up. Jimmy Foo, private. Gotta keep a lookout for those quarks, though. But this guy's been donating quite a bit. 300, like... I can only comment on what I see. And 29 referrals, which means they're sharing around the link and getting a bit of that money. His only contributions are Shaq. And they have a vested interest in Shaq. This is the very important thing to remember. These people have a very vested interest in this failing or succeeding. Because they want this thing to succeed. I mean, it's very clear. And when you have your lackeys on Twitter, mind you, there are tons of accounts on Twitter with Quark in the name. Tons. There's just shitloads. And they're all doing the same thing. They're all pushing the shit out of Shaqfu. So I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. I don't like the fact that Quark are dropping little donations here and there. I don't like the fact that they're dropping possibly big donations that are pushing this further and further to the goal. And I do not like how their people are acting on Twitter, because if this guy is not paid and he's just an obsessed fan, go out, get a fucking life. Because this is not healthy. You tweet about 1 million times a day about fucking Quark, Bitcoin, and Shaq. If you're paid PR, you're doing a colossally shit job. Because you've not only managed to piss off one person, you managed to piss off 2 people. You managed to piss off probably a bunch of people. And, like, what kind of effectiveness is this having? Anybody with half a brain can look into the name Quark and find out you're full of shit. Anybody. So, microtransactions in Shaq are a very strong possibility. And where is that on the Indiegogo page? I don't see no mention of microtransactions on the Indiegogo page. Do you? I don't. When was Shaq planning to announce that? Oh right, never. They were going to drop the bombshell when it released, and we've already paid for it. Yeah, brilliant. And I don't see why regular people should have to front this bill for a game that has the backing of a fucking multimillionaire. I don't understand. Indiegogo campaigns are meant for broke motherfuckers to get money from other broke motherfuckers so they can make a product, not from a multi-millionaire rich motherfucker that's living very comfortably to take from broke motherfuckers to get a product. Shaq should have just reached into his deep, very deep pockets and paid for this bitch. But instead, no. We get this whole bullshit PR from Quark, bullshit PR from Shaq's people, because, you know, Shaq ain't really interacting with this whole thing. And, I mean, if the live stream on Twitch wasn't an indicator enough of how much Shaq gives a shit, he played Shaqfu, the original, for all of 2 minutes, and then cut stream. Done. Big event, massive hype, over in 2 minutes. It's like a virgin having their first time. That's how quick. Like, what the fuck's the deal, Shaq? So, I mean, the whole thing is fishy as fuck. The whole thing doesn't look good. The whole thing, I don't even know why it's reached the amount of money it's reached. But they said they're going to refund it if they don't hit the goal. Bullshit. I don't think they're going to refund it. I think that some of Quark's people are going to be like, okay, you know what? We got to go the extra mile here if we want to get this return money. But all of the top echelon of donation incentives have been bought out. So that's interesting as well, that someone would pay $35,000 to have Shaq DJ at a party. Like, is that did I read that right? DJ Shaq. Have Shaquille O'Neal DJ at your party. Why would you pay $35K for that? And donate to this game for it? That doesn't make any sense. There are other campaigns with just as strong fan bases that haven't done this well. So, I say it again. Shaq's people and Quark are putting in money to this. But at the same time, wanting a shitload of money from you and me. Nah. Nah, I don't like it. I do not like it at all. Nope. So, in summary, this game may have microtransactions. This game is just not going to be great. And, yeah. Oh, Shaq looking important on the phone. Shaq looking like a complete shit-eating fuck. With that shit-eating grin. Shaq looking like a baller. Shaq showing off his very expensive house, reaffirming why should you be paying for this. He has a basketball court in his own house. Eat dinner with that fucker Shaq. Yeah. Great. And Shaq looking very important. Yeah. This whole thing's a sham. Fuck Shaq. Fuck Quark. And fuck, literally, if you donated to this, you are part of the problem, not the solution. So, but, yeah. I'm not yelling because I'm mad, I'm yelling because I feel like it. So, interesting donations. An interesting situation overall. So anyway, that's the business with Shaq. It's complete horseshit. It's just stupid. And yeah. Yeah, not good. Don't like the look of it. Alright, I'm out.